Assalamualaikum and good day to Puan Nurul. I will start our presentation by introducing our topic, which is a market entry strategies with a focus on joint ventures. Before we explain the details about joint ventures, let's first understand what market entry actually means. A market entry strategies is a plan that a company uses to bring its product or services into a new market, usually in another country. It helps the company decide the important questions such as which market should we go into, when should we enter, how will we enter, for example, by exporting, partnering, or investing, and how much control and investment we are willing to commit. In short, market entry is all about how a business expands into a new place and what method is chosen to do. Now, let's move on to why market entry is relevant. First, risk management and resources commitment. The way a company enters a new market affects how much risk it faces and how many resources it needs to invest. For instance, exporting product usually involves lower risk and fewer resources, while setting up a subsidiary requires much more investment and comes with higher risk. Secondly, local market adaptation and regulatory navigation. Every market is different in terms of culture, consumer habits, and local laws. That's why many companies choosing to work with a local partner, get a license, or form a joint venture. This helps them understand the local environment better and handle regulation more effectively. Lastly, competitive advantage and growth. A good market entry strategy help attract new customer, increase revenue, and support business growth beyond the home market. However, if the strategy is weak or not suitable, the company may face failure or poor performance.
Next, I will continue our presentation with why choosing the right entry method impacts success in the foreign market. Choosing the right market entry method is crucial because it determines how much your control business has, how much you'll invest, and how much you risk you face, and how effectively you can adapt and compete in the new market. When you pick a low commitment mode like exporting or licensing, you save on cost and risk, but may lose control and local insight. Conversely, a high commitment mode like a wholly owned subsidiaries gives you maximum control and potential reward, but also high investment and risk. Research shows that poor entry mode choices often lead firms to fail, because the choice influences your operational structure, resource commitment, brand reputation, and ability to learn about the market. Getting the mode right is a vital strategic step in international expansion. Next is, what is joint venture and how they work? Joint venture is a partnership where two or more companies create a new business entity together, sharing ownership, risk, and rewards. How they work is, each partner contributes resources. For example, one partner might contribute money, technology, or brand reputation. The other might contribute market knowledge, distribution channels, or access to local networks. Next is shared management and control. Both partners take part in major decisions and management activities. Usually, they form a joint management board or committee to ensure fair decision making.
This slide, I will explain about the structure of joint ventures, which shows how the partnership is organized. First, we have equity split or ownership percentage. This means how much each company owns, how much each company in the joint venture. It usually depends on how much capital, technology, and resources each partner contributes. For example, the ownership can be divided 50-50, 60-40, or any agreed ratio. This makes sure everything is fair and balanced between both companies. Its role and responsibilities. Each company in the joint venture has its own role based on what they are good at. For example, one company might handle production and product development while the other focus on marketing or sales. This helps both partners use their strength to resource efficiency so the joint venture can run smoothly. For this slide, I will explain about control and decision making, also known as control sharing. In a joint venture, both partners share control and make decisions together through a joint management team. Important decisions like budget, strategy and investment must be agreed by both sides. This shared control helps build cooperation, prevent one partner from dominating, and strengthens trust between the companies. So, by sharing decision and control, both companies can work together more effectively and maintain a good partnership.
So, we choose Nestle X General Mills as a real example of a joint venture. They worked together and create a company called Cereal Partner Worldwide in 1990 to expand their cereal business to other countries. Nestle is a company from Switzerland and they are very strong in international distribution, especially in Europe, Asia and Africa. General Mills is from the United States and they are famous for making cereal like cereals and fitness. By combining their strengths, Nestle Global Network and General Mills cereal expertise, they were able to grow their cereal business around the world faster and more successfully than working alone. Now, I'll be explaining the advantages of the joint venture between Nestle X General Mills. The first advantage is share resources. Both companies combine their strengths. Nestle has a strong global distribution network, while General Mills is very good in cereal product innovation. So by working together, they can share technology, marketing teams, and even production facilities. The second advantage is risk sharing. Since both companies invest together, they also share the financial risk. So if a product fails in the market, the loss is not carried by one company alone. It is shared between both of them. And the third advantage is wider market access. Nestle is strong in Europe, Asia, and Africa, while General Mills is more dominant in the United States. So this partnership helps them enter global market faster and more effectively than doing it alone.
Okay, now let's talk about the disadvantage of joint venture. First, there are cultural difference. For example, Nestle is a European company and General Mills is American. Their way of working and making decisions are different, which can slow things down. So the second, conflict can happen since both companies have equal power. They might disagree about marketing, pricing, or new product. It takes time to solve problem because both sides must to agree. So third is a complex governance. A joint venture needs many meetings and a clear system to make decision. This makes decision making slower than in a single company. Okay, now let's see how joint venture are different from franchising or licensing. So, in franchising, a company gives someone the right to use its brand and business system like McDonald's, but the main company still control the quality and standard. For licensing, a company allows other to use its trademark or technology. For example, Disney letting other use its clothing design, but they don't share management or profit. So, in a joint venture, both companies share ownership, management, and profit, which make it very different.
So, the conclusion to our presentation is, in summary, a joint venture is a business partnership where two companies work together by sharing resources, costs, and risks to enter new markets and achieve common goals. It offers many benefits, but it also requires good cooperation because differences in culture and decision making can cause challenges. That is all for our presentation today. Thank you.